I'm definitely not one to like really pat myself on the back or sit back and smell the roses, so to speak. The other day I got to watch one of the other groups showcase at an event, and that's something I rarely get to do. And like just the idea of seeing it like, hey, we've got a sound guy there, and we've got light guy, and we've got somebody to talk to the client, and then I've got a group of musicians that sound great and they look great. To think that you've created something that they bought into or follow now is like, it's crazy.
And what does Pat bring to this thing?
Absolutely nothing.
That's exactly what I'm
Artistically, he's driving the creative ideas behind the whole thing. Not just me, everyone involved is really just trying to understand what he's trying to do creatively and actually physically make that happen.
Stuff like that. And we switched that classic man thing. I started working with Patrick in the summer of 2009. Patrick has a strong sense for what is great and what's just not really happening. And he's been such a driving force behind what we do here and what we're producing here.
A lot of times I may make a suggestion about something that will spark more ideas for him or Micah or somebody else that's in the room.
I like to come up with ideas and I like to mess with sounds, and that's why Russo and I think we make a good team, because we like to experiment with things and get something going in the track.
It's a collaborative effort that has always been successful as far as I'm concerned.
Typically, if we ever get an out-of-town event and we know that we have people in those places, I try to like at least book them pretty quick, just because we don't have like a deep roster like we do here.
We really only have, I guess, 2 girls right now.
Right.
My job is to take all the logistics and all the planning and everything that needs to go in to making one of these events happen and just make sure everything goes as smoothly as possible.
You know, the way you solidify your date is I'll send you out a contract and I need a signed copy back with a 50% deposit.
As soon as a client books us for an event, I want to be in communication with them leading up to planning and just getting out in front of everything as early on as possible to make sure that everybody's expectations and needs and wants are all on the same page.
We, over the past 8 years or whatever it's been, have done a lot of events. The thing that we're trying to do is not forget that for those people that are getting married, it's their one big day. So we try not to approach a gig like just another one. And we try to be sensitive to that this is a big deal for them this one day.
We could probably get away with dinner music and cocktail hour music all the time, and that's typically not going to be much different. But I think that we need to create like music selections or
genre-specific stuff.
Yeah, it's because I think there's probably going to be some crowds that are like totally into one thing, and then there might be a really sleepy crowd, and it doesn't necessarily make sense to play turn down for what.
Everything that has happened for us has been a lot of work on Patrick's part. That drive that he has to grind and work and put something together. He wants to build something. Just really honored to be a part of it still, all these years later.
He definitely has goals in his head and ideas in his head, and which is great. But there's no reason that it can't be in more places all over the country. There's no reason the productions just can't keep getting bigger and more exciting, and I'm just excited to see where that goes, and I mean, the sky's the limit.